and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to a review, dare I might say, of fantastically epic proportions. Today we are going to be reviewing the Kaleidos Makeup Escape Pod collection. It's always funny whenever I go into these things like super confident and then I'm like, I have no idea what the collection is called. It was just really stinking pretty and that's why we're here. If y'all would like to see me use the collection on camera, first impressions for you all, I will leave that shiz linked down below. I did do a first impressions, trying to shiz out, all that jazz. I've been really enjoying those kind of videos. Y'all have been really enjoying those kind of videos, so expect to see more of them on my channel. But today we're just gonna go on in. There are several elements to this collection. We have an eyeshadow palette, we got new highlighters, we got a lip gloss, we got a primer, we got sponges, we have blush duos. Y'all know these are things that make your girl's heart go pitty pat. And if you would also like to see me use their other stuff, the futurism stuff, on camera, as well as a review of that, I will leave that link down below as well. But enough of linking things down below and talking about that. Let's talk about the pretty. I mean, y'all would have seen on Snapchat, this shiz just blew me away. Can we talk about this situation? This is the Escape Pod eyeshadow palette going on here in this thing. She is thick, she is heavy, she did not come to play. And you open it up and it looks like this, and it has a beauteous selection of colors. I absolutely adore these two shades right here. Are my new favorite purples. You got the green shimmers going all up in there. I have Galactic Gala on my lids today. But this is the eyeshadow palette right here. Beautiful, stunning, all sorts of amazing packaging. Obviously, we gotta get some highlighter up in this shiz. This one here is Moon Cruiser. Kind of similar to Skywalker, but it's got like, instead of being like a straight up blue, this is like a purpley, bluey situation. And then these two are actually in different type packaging than the original ones that are this kind of like soft touch tin, where these are just straight up tin. This one here is Diamond Dasher, which is the one that I used in the video trying the stuff on my face. And then Mars Melter, which is what I have on that tip of my glorious nose and on the highlighties of my cheeky cheeks. Also, if you bought, I believe, both of either versions of the bundle, Ray Rider was a part of the collection, even though Ray Rider is a highlighter shade that they already had from their previous collection. I already have this one. There is the one that I got tucked away for a giveaway for you all. But they also included Ray Rider, which is this one nice here, which is just kind of like a neutrally champagne-y peachy tone. Then blush duos. I mean, again, packaging on point for this. I mean, presentation alone. It's also really heckin', like, this is hefty. This is sturdy. This is nice packaging. This one here is what I'm wearing today, which is Lo-Fi Peach. They come with a matte shade and then a very, very highlighty shade. And this one I tried in that video. This is Lo-Fi Rose, which is a more cool toned mauve pink situation. We got the lip gloss in Hypnotize, just looking like this. Tone activated eye primer, as well as two sponges, and they come in like a little frozen yogurt soft serve cup. I mean, that alone is just, it's just so cute. I've only used one of the sponges, which is this one right here. The other one has more of like a, because I know you, oh wait, no, was it that one? What? No, this one is the one that's like more sculptural type thing. I think it's supposed to be like multi-purpose because it's got this, like, it's like a little I ain't gonna say what that look like. But it's got this little end here, and it's got the little thing here, and all kinds of situation like that. I use my sponge for foundation application, occasionally cream highlighter, liquid highlighter, occasionally cream blush, but typically not more than that. So now that introductions are over, let us swatch the gloriousness that is this collection. We will start with the Escape Pod palette. Excuse me, burp squad. I gotta try my best to go like from here to here to here. So we will start off with Soiree, which is this beautiful, perfect purple. Then Mardi Gras, which is again, a beautiful, perfect purple. And Flamingo, which is an absolutely stunning pink. We got these bad boys going on right here. So pretty. In all honesty, if my swatches look like crap, it's probably because I'm sweating profusely, because as I like to say, if it looks like I'm sweating profusely, it's because I am. Maybe it's natural radiance, or maybe it's just perspiration. Perspiration. In my case, it's always perspiration. We gotta work extra hard to get the natural radiance. But the perspiration just comes naturally and genetically. All right, next up we have Tanga, which, ooh, this bad boy feels smoothy smooth. And then Exoplanet, which is kind of like a almost periwinkle. It's coming off a lot more purple on camera, but it's kind of like a bluey periwinkle. And I mean, look at that. That's stainage right there. Although I didn't notice that it stained my whatevers. And then Starlight Sonata. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of their shimmers. So here we have that one, which is so pretty. I love the shiz out of that. And then this one right here, which I admit I use the most as like an inner corner, whatever, but I have used it all over the lid before. Then we're continuing right on down this row of shimmers with Amaretto, which is this beautiful pinky, reddy, purpley. Space Oasis, which is beautiful purpley, and Cosmic Cabaret, which is kind of like a pink-based purple, royal purple, I don't know, some kind of purple. Here we have these going on. Oh my goodness, there's one right there, right there. Oh my goodness, with like a, oh, that would have looked so good today if I did the green smoky and I did the purple all up. I'm gonna have to pull this thing out again. And then we're dipping into what is on my papers today, which is Galactic Gala, which just, y'all know that is the shiz I live for. And then Saturnalia, which is kind of like a mossy green. And then Bossa Nova, which is just kind of like, it's a brown. Here we have these. Ooh, those green shimmers have my heart. And then there's the brown. Last three shades here is we have got Lo-Fi, which is just kind of like, I'm glad it's not a completely overall setting shade. It's got a little bit of like peachiness to it. And then Carnival right here, which is a gorgeous orange. And then Terrace right here, which is that really dark brown. So here we have, I mean, you can see mostly like my skin tone, just a little bit peachier. And then here, and then here. Oh my goodness. That was a good swatch. All you people that swatch shame me, not all you people, all y'all who are here and watching me and loving me, you don't, you love me, you understand I'm not perfect. Anyone who's ever swatch shamed me, look at that shiz. That swatch is perfection. Thank you very much. Even though I can never get my swatches to like be straight, it's, I don't know, it's a thing, it's a struggle. But there we have the swatches of the palette. Clearly, I love all these. I love all these. I mean, basically the only shade that I'm like, about is this one here, just because it's kind of like a, you know, y'all know how I feel about the softy soft kind of whatever setting light shade. Y'all know I would rather have something a bit punchier. But aside from that, It is beauteous. Now we get to talk about these, which was something that I was like beyond excited for, because y'all know your girl love blush. Y'all know your girl love highlighter. Y'all know your girl loves some kind of illumination whateverness with blush. So just the blush duos, and I watched Butte Bean's video on it and I was like, I don't, but I need dishes. So let's go with the one that I'm wearing today. This is the Lo-Fi Peach. This shade here is Punch, which y'all know your girl prefers an illuminating blush. Holy shiz pigment. There you go. That's a lot of pigment. But you know that typically your girl prefers something a bit more illuminating, a little more glowy than a typical matte blush. But I've been finding that I do enjoy matte blush formulas that are matte, not flat. And this right here is definitely one of them. It just, like, I started out with that and it just gives you a very healthy flush of color to the cheeks without, it doesn't look chalky, it doesn't accentuate. I love how I'm reviewing it before I swatch all of it. I like it. It's a nice matte blush formula. And then this one here is Igari, which is like NARS Orgasm on like steroids, like what NARS Orgasm wishes it could be. I mean, that is just on the deepy deep delicious dark melanin, that on its own. Whoo-wee, that gonna be pretty. Then the Lo-Fi Pink right here. This is Mood, which is a really nice, like I said, it's like a rosy mauve sort of color. There it is right there. Just very soft, very delicate, very flattering. And then the shimmy shiny right here is Bloom, which is like a pink with all kinds of goldy, shimmery, shiny, champagne-y reflex. I mean, do you just see the shine, the shift, the change between those beautiful whatevers? They're just so pretty and everything I could actually want in a blush. If they do single blushes or do more of these, then I'm screwed, because I will want all of them. Y'all know how this song and dance goes. Then obviously we have to swatch highlighters, because if you've seen the previous videos on them, if you remember my monthly hits and misses, their highlighters are the bomb diggity shiznit. So here we have these ones right here. So let's start off with Mars Melter. I love the cute little whatever componentry. Like I said, I think in my review, they're just little nuggets of happiness and joy. So this is Mars Melter, which is kind of like it's like a really intense rosy shift. Like, you see that right there? The one that was kind of similar to this one in the original, it was more of like a soft pink duochrome, whereas this one is like, I don't want to say red, but it definitely leans a lot more rosy and a lot more intense pink than just your typical standard, you know, soft, shifty duochrome pink. Then Moon Cruiser, I'm a little sad because mine's like a little bit loose, a little bit, you know, whatever. And this one is so, oh my goodness. It is like all things, I'm okay. Really, I am. It's like blue, but it has that little like hinty shift of like purpley, pinky periwinkle essence. I will say, like I always say, your girl does not have a degree in color, but it's so, I mean, do you see just like, it's like, and I'm gonna change all the different colors. Like there, you're like, okay, it's that color. And then you're like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. I have issues. I know I do. Y'all can tell me down in the comments below. Then Diamond Dasher, which is Mama Loves You. It's this peach. Just look at that. I'm gonna put this one on top where it belongs to be. Look. I mean, if you are a highlighter junkie and you have not tried this shiz, you need to go out and you need to try this shiz. What I love about this one is kind of like a standard duochrome highlighter formula, but these two here is a formula that's very, very similar to the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost formula. And I know we ain't about supporting that shiz. So if you liked that formula or you wanted to try that formula, a lot of their highlighters have that just glossy metallic sheen with that little hint of sparkle. They just look so frosted and glazed. I mean, with these, you look like a outer space donut, like fresh off of the intergalactic Krispy Kreme rollway. That's what these highlighters gonna do for you. And we've been there before, but I will swatch Ray Rider for you. It's one of the more, I wanna say, like just wearable type ones. It's a beautiful champagne-y peachy gold sort of situation. Very smooth on the skin, very high shine, very impactful. I have absolutely nothing to say bad about these highlighters except the fact that, you know, the pan could be bigger just so that I could continuously bathe myself in this without the fear of losing it. But everything else is, I mean, I know swatches don't tell all, but boy, do these tell a very good story. And we're gonna swatch the lip gloss. They have a whole bunch of these ones. This one is just the color that they came out, I think, or maybe they included it in the bundle. I don't know. I'm not well versed in their lip whatevers. But this is in Hypnotize. It's like a rich berry tone with gold whatever. Oh yeah, they look like raspberry jelly all up on my hand. See, it's so pretty. I've worn this over a pink lipstick. That's how I prefer to wear this one, over like a correlating. I actually wore this over a green lipstick and I was like, well, my life has been changed for the better. I've worn it over a pink lipstick. I've worn it over purple. Despite it having like that back pigment to it, it is deceptively, I don't want to say universally, it goes with a lot of things than you might think, because it just kind of lends itself to having that hint of the rosiness, and you really get a lot of impact with all the different reflex that are running around up in here. If I had money to burn, which I do not, and if I was not on a low buy, which I am, I would probably want to look into and invest in more shades of this, because it is a really nice, non-sticky, non-gunking up formula. Okay, so before we go into talking about the sponge and the primer, let's talk about the palette. I mean, kind of like the futurism stuff from them. Long story short, I love this shiz, and if you've got the money and the whatever, go out and buy it. I love this. It is a color story that really, I feel, for as much of a color lover as I am, it kind of breaks me out of my comfort zone in the sense of when I do color, you see, I tend to lean towards, you know, the monochromatic palettes by ColourPop, you know, sort of that situation where it's like one color story all nicely curated for me. Whereas this is a color story that I have to think about. Soraya, not so smart. You know, but like using the purple with the green and the orange with the green. One thing I've been loving is I just take these neutrals and I'll do a simple neutral and I'll just switch it up with what shimmer I want to use. I absolutely love their formula, both the matte and the shimmer. They have such a beautiful high impact one stroke shimmer like this right here, this gloriousness that you see. There was no tacky whatever, no what, you know, you just get your little dry brush on there and that's what you get. I mean, that is a level of amazing that I haven't seen from Too Faced, Urban Decay, Tarte, Lorac, KVD. A lot of the mainstream brands are falling short of this shiz. You would have seen in the try-on video, like I said, I used this one and they just blended beautifully, effortlessly. The same can be said for all of the shades, the mattes. They're beautiful. Y'all know your girl gets her jollies from beautifully formulated mattes. And this gets me all up in my jollies, and the shimmers are just so high impact and beautiful and unique. I'm so glad for all the people that are going on this bandwagon, but more people need to get on this bandwagon because it is so so good. I cannot wait for them to do more eyeshadow palettes, because whatever they come out with, like I said, it could be 12 shades of beige. I mean, I would roast that shiz to the high heavens, but I would still buy it because I love the formula. And these I absolutely love. These are my new current favorite. I just love one thing that makes me really happy about doing all this Kaleidos makeup, and honestly doing more indie makeup on a whole. Y'all are gonna see me try out Odin's Eye at some point. It's coming from like Sweden, but when it actually gets over here, I'm gonna do shiz with that. But like trying and investing and using more indie makeup has really just made me happy, a bit more expressive, a bit more creative. You know, I want to be an ethereal, otherworldly, vaguely threatening vampire alien. And this makeup really helps you achieve that aesthetic. I just love these so much. I love the matte side. I will use the matte side, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna top that shiz off with some of that shifty etherealness. They blend beautifully, they look gorgeous on the skin, and even the shimmer side, like a lot of times shimmer and highlighter can accentuate texture. No, we smooth, we beautiful, we textureless, we airbrushed. Like I said, I haven't loved, okay, for the level of love, all right, level of love I have for this shiz is like the level of love I have for those monochromatic whatever blushes from Patrick Ta. Y'all know is a love that runs very deep. I think these are phenomenal. I cannot wait. I hope, I pray, I plead, I beg that they will extend the shade range. And the packaging is just, look at that, and all the little, just so cool and shiny, and I love it. I mean, I can't say much about the highlighters than just go out and buy this shiz. I think they are, ever since I saw people like getting this stuff all up in PR and smaller channels, I was like, I need it. Because I'd see swatches and they talk about these things, and like, this is a brand that for all the hype and the whatever and all the whatever channels that I watch that talking about it and praising it, it's a thing. I know why. All of these just make me so blinking happy, and they're so pretty. They're foiled, they're glazed, they're like, translucent is definitely not the right word, but they're so thin and beautiful. They don't accentuate texture, but they give you that gleaming to outer space with like a hint of ethereal sparkle. Like, there is absolutely nothing I don't love about these highlighters, from the packaging to the formulation to the shades. It's a whole situation for me right here. I mean, yeah, I kind of prefer the more like foiled, glazy, whatever ones, but you know, sometimes you want to be more of a simple, chill alien. And that's when you reach for this one. But just make sure that you're at least reaching for one of them. Even that one in the other collection, the green one, like that's the only one that's like, my skin tone, not so much. I used it as a all over the lid. My spirit left my body. And that is the only highlighter that doesn't work for me that I have kept to be all like, well, I'll use it as an eyeshadow. Partly because it is slightly a more convenient size, but the formula is fantastic. The sponge, I really liked. I usually don't branch out of my comfort zone when it comes to my sponges. My favorite is the Real Techniques and the Wet n Wild one. So I guess it's a good thing that I really like this one. It gets huge. But I really do just like the way that it applied. I feel like it can be all like, well, you know, I mean, you guys have heard my tirade about like different colored sponges and how innovative and how exciting is a sponge. But with all that being said, this one applied my makeup very nicely. We look very smooth, very healthy, very airbrushed, natural. We look good. The complexion is looking good. I can't say anything about the other sponge. I haven't tried it. I'm not entirely sure what I need to use it for. But this one I really like, and I will continue to use. And I mean, if I can support an indie brand with using, you know, my sponge rather than giving my money, although I really like Real Techniques, but rather than giving my money to Wet n Wild right now, I think this is good. This is good, and the color's really pretty. I know that doesn't matter, and y'all are gonna be like, girl, all you do is shiz on a beauty blender for making different sponges, but this is just the first one, and it happens to be purple, and that makes me happy. Like I said with the lip gloss, It's nice. It's a beautiful formula. I'm not that much of a gloss person, but this one is really nice. I love also one consistent theme throughout all of their makeup that I've tried. Their packaging is really freaking legit. Like, a lot of their packaging feels better than a lot of high-end brands that I own from. Like this, you could hurt someone with this. Or you could just crush their souls by slaying your lips. Like I said, if I had money to burn, whatever, and was in need of glosses, this is something that I would look into. This is their Lucid Lip Glosses, and I know I've got hair stuck here. There we go. Because I can feel it as I'm talking, but without my glasses, I can't see shiz. So this made me very happy. Then the only thing that I'm kind of like, I don't want to say don't have an opinion. The eye primer, I am not all things knowledgeable when it comes to eye primer. I used to love the Lorac one, and then I didn't. Basically, how I do my makeup is I do my foundation from forehead to kind of right here, and then I do my eye makeup, and I guess what I use as a primer is just my foundation. I just dab it all over my eyeballs. So I don't really break out of my whatevers when it comes to that. This was good. This was nice. Like I said, I don't have a big knowledge, so I don't have a lot to compare it to. I mean, I hated the Smashbox one. There is that. It's a lot better than that one. I would definitely recommend going and watching Butte Bean's video about this collection. I will leave it linked down below. That's the one that I watched. She's a lot more knowledgeable about this sort of thing. But in all honesty, on a whole, the collection just, I love it. I love it. The eyeshadow palette, the blush duos, the highlighters, the sponge, the lip gloss. I mean, just the whole kit and caboodle really just made everything inside of me very happy. That was so weird. That whole, like, how we made it to that last statement was a little bit strange. I'm just becoming overwhelmed with the gloriousness that is this collection. If you've been thinking about a new indie brand to check out, would highly recommend this brand. Highlighters, now they got blushes, their eyeshadows. Hasn't been a product except for maybe, I mean, it's not that I don't like the eye primer. There hasn't been a product by them that I have not enjoyed. It's just a lot of really good, solid shiz coming out of this company. I would love to hear what y'all have to say about these products. I know a fair amount of you were like, yeah, I'm excited, I'm gonna get it. Like this, for people who are really into indie makeup and are purchasing a lot, this was a collection that a lot of people were really excited about. So I'd love to hear what y'all have to say about that down below, as well as other indie brands that you would think that I would like to try, because that's gonna be a thing on my channel as we become more and more disillusioned by the everyday mainstream hum of, you know, high-end makeup and even low-end makeup. But I feel like high-end makeup, they're just kind of not hitting it right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah.